Hello art friends, have another Artsnacks unboxing and a speed drawing at the end. I didn't scratch out my whole address. I don't feel anyone's gonna use it for anything malicious. I did go ahead and pop the seal on this so that I could use both hands. So we're gonna take a look and see what's inside this month. And as you all know, Inktober is going on right now, so I'm expecting, there it is, an inky surprise, and it's already open. How strange. I promise I did not already open this completely, but here we go. We got Liquitex ink in muted pink, and this is one of the items that was talked about and shown pictures of through the Artsnacks Facebook and on the Instagram. And it was a special release muted collection. There was several other, I think there was 5 other colors, and I got the muted pink. And we got a sour punch, absolutely delicious. I love sour candies. An Artsnacks tattoo. It's a little bit different than the sticker. Our little sheet, a little cheat sheet telling us all the items that are in here. And of course, the surprise items and spooky black paper this month. That is pretty cool. So if I can get this open, we'll see what it is in here. There it is. The other sneak peek was of a Copic item, and this looks to be the new nylon brush. Not exactly sure how to pronounce this, but I think it's Gassenfood. It's a brush pen, and it's supposed to be safe to use with other Copic markers. It is a water-based pigment pen. I also have a Princeton round brush, number 4. Very cool. And an Uniball Signo Broad in white. And oddly enough, I have another one right here on my desk. This is an item I use quite often. I'm sure most of you guys use it too. So it was cool to get an extra one in the box. I thought they might be different colors. On the video, they look exactly the same. In person, the new one out of the box has a different tone of white on the outside, so I thought maybe it was an off-white, but it's not. It's white. Alright, so pricing on these items was, for this special release muted collection, Liquitex Professional Ink, it's $8.95 retail. And this color is really interesting. I can't wait to open it up and see what it looks like on paper and how it's going to dry. It does look quite transparent. Be interesting to see how it works with the Copic. It's quite watery. Hopefully it'll work well with the water-based pigment. The Uniball retails for $3.75. The Copic Gassenfood brush pen retails for $7.49, and the watercolor brush retails for $5.75. So it looks like, this month had a pretty good value. They did up the price to $24 a month from $20 a month, which is what I paid for this. I'll put the information down below. And definitely worthwhile. I mean, there's not that many items, but that brush alone I think might be worth it because it's a new item, and of course the ink. But pull out some paper here and swatch everything. I'm going to start with the Copic. I'm very curious about the tip on this. I think it says that it's a 3mm, so it's not super fine on the tip, and it is a brush, so of course you get different thicknesses with it. So I'm going to just test that out right here. Of course I sped it up for the drying time. Give you a little peek at the brush tip, testing out the uni on the Copic. And washing the sizing out of the paintbrush after laying down a little bit of the ink. Just want to see how it soaks in, how much time it's going to need. It's a pretty color. It's very light, very washy. It's definitely a good fall color. Just filling in and checking out the color. And it doesn't look like it smudges too much, at least on the Copic once it's dried. Very pretty color. And I did test like a decent amount on there. It washes off the uni and it does wash a little bit of the pigment ink. But let's get into drawing something. You can see I've already sketched out an image, and I decided to go ahead and use prompt 5 of the Inktober drawing prompt list for the Artsnacks challenge as well. Kind of two birds, one stone. I don't have quite enough time to do 2 separate drawings right now, and I thought I would at least attempt to keep up with daily drawings. I did skip collect. I think that was number 4 on the list. Might have been number 3. So I did fast, I did noisy. Yeah, collect was number 3. I did hungry and posted up my pictures yesterday on Twitter and Instagram. Sadly, I didn't do a video, but I do have a video for noisy that I'm going to put up. It's a little late, but the pictures went up on the correct day. And I'm going to try to do a few more, so if you guys are interested, you know, check back for the Inktober videos. And I think this is going to be my last month with Artsnacks. It's honestly, it is pretty affordable, but also if you're on a little bit of a tight budget, you know, it's not quite as affordable as we'd like it to be. And not knowing what kind of items, it's a little bit of a gamble. I'm not much of a gambler. Hopefully by the time November or December rolls around, I can renew my subscription and start back up with it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting getting all these different items and figuring something out to do with them all. I will say there was one that was kind of disappointing. The rest have all been pretty awesome and pretty interesting. I like a good challenge and using items that I don't normally use. That's another reason I decided to do the Inktober challenges this year. I haven't used my dip pens in I can't even remember how long. It's been quite a while. What was interesting about doing the first one fast with the dip pen, I forgot how cool ink feels. Like when you lay down ink out of a bottle, it has a texture to it. That's just so cool to me. Like run your hands over it and feel the texture. Now with the Copic pen, it soaks into the paper pretty well, just like most multi-liners would. You don't get quite the texture that you would from getting the ink right out of a bottle. Now the Liquitex had a little bit of that texture, which I thought was really cool. And you can see here I'm using the Copic marker, brush marker, on the paintbrush directly to get a little bit of a muted tone, just a little grayscale. Because trying to wet it once it's already down wasn't really working out too well. As you saw from the swatches, it dries pretty quickly, And even with a few moments in between, wasn't getting quite that much of a grayscale from it. And I'm sorry for the blurriness here. Still learning how to use Adobe Pro, and seems to be a little hiccuping. So I'm going in right now on the Borden & Riley Paris paper for pens. It's supposed to be really good for inks of all kinds and markers. I do use this when I'm using my Copics or my touch markers, and the color is usually really good. The paper's not super thick, but it says that it's non-wicking. So using this liquid ink from Liquitex, I wasn't sure how well it was going to sit on here, and I should have fully swatched this paper as well as the multimedia paper that I originally swatched with, so I could see how it took to the paper. It's an interesting texture, and even going back in trying to layer color on top, although it was a little mushy looking in some spots, I thought it was a pretty cool texture that I got from it. Really pretty color. So if you got the Artsnacks this month, let me know what colors you guys got. I thought maybe there would be a teal somewhere out there that I could be jealous of that somebody else got. Because I love teal. It's one of my favorite colors. The mechanical pencil last month in the Artsnacks box was a teal. It was pretty awesome. So if any of you are doing the Inktober or you had an Artsnacks challenge that you did, why don't you share it with me down below? I would love to take a look at what you guys are doing. Or if you have any ideas for future videos that you want to see, feel free to comment down below with all that. I'm just going in here at the very end and touching up my shading and give you a little layout of the products that I used. And a little bit of highlighting. Just making sure I used all the items. Alright guys, so I appreciate you watching, and of course leave any commentary down below.